Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. I tell you what, that is what we are talking about. Tyrique George off the substitutions bench, equalising for Chelsea, and Pedro Neto with a flipping thunderbolt. And Chelsea's season is alive. There is some bollocks in there. There's some mentality. The mentality monster from New Zealand, he showed up in the second half, and I am absolutely buzzing with that derby win for Chelsea. We've beaten Fulham 2-1. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and smack a like on this video, because I tell you what, I was on the verge of being down and out. I was like, I've seen enough. I've had enough. And we have just crawled to another defeat in the Premier League against a team that we've got to be beaten. And look, the performance tonight wasn't great. This was an ending to a game where Fulham looked a bit shell-shocked. And I think I was as shocked as anyone else. When Tyrique George scores that goal, I'm like, hang on a minute. This is the bloke that's come on for Nicholas Jackson. Is this the... Are we going to see this now for the rest of the season? Because Tyrique came on and he's in the right place. He's able to take that snapshot quickly and he buries it in the back of the net. I'm actually shocked, guys. I'm genuinely shell-shocked that Chelsea have somehow managed to come away with a win in this game. This is a massive, massive result for us because, look, all of the teams that we're seeing near the top of the table are winning football matches. Man City yesterday with a win. Aston Villa against Newcastle. There's a video out now, more GBFC about them. Check it out, link down below. Aston Villa are winning. Forest have got to go to Spurs. And you know that Spurs are going to find a way to bottle that one as well. Oh, guys, honestly, smack a like on this video. Subscribe if you are new. Because this Champions League running, it could be the end of me. I'm not going to lie to you. There were moments in that stream where I'm like thinking about just not posting for a while. I'm like, I genuinely don't think I can take the pain. And it's like, it's a deep-rooted sadness, you know, when you're watching Chelsea and they're losing and you know how important this game is, right? And obviously I don't want to be overtly negative right now because to come back and win like that, I'm absolutely flipping buzzing with it. But the reality is for so many minutes in this game, I'm like, can you please just pull something out of somewhere? Because my Chelsea that I know and love would do that. And I'll say credit today to those players out there at the end because they dug deep and they found a way. And I think it's the nature of how we've won this game that could actually be so important for us. Because I feel as though this team have been like... We're like an old engine, right? And there's only so many times when you keep stalling it and you're like... The car's not going to turn on anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like a Land Rover from 1940 or whatever. That's probably not even bought. You know, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm still like, whoa, come on. But like, finally we turned the key and it was like, remix to ignition. Do you know what I mean? We are back in the business with a win. And I'm not saying we're back and we're going to do it for sure, but like, we had to win. This was a final tonight against Fulham. It was. And we have somehow managed to salvage the game. And I mean, if we take a little look here at the SofaScore player ratings, this was the lineup. I think everyone was pretty happy with the Chelsea lineup, to be honest. Sanchez was in goal. Reece James started at right back. And bloody hell, mate. He had a stinker, Reece did. He put a lovely ball forward at the start of the game. But overall, it wasn't a good performance. He's at fault for the goal. Chalobah, I thought Colwill was bad today. Cucurella, Caicedo, probably the worst I've seen him play this season. Enzo Fernandez with an assist. Pedro Neto, man of the match performance. And look, that goal at the end. It is so good from Pedro Neto. We need more of it. Cole Palmer, he got a 7. I thought he was bad. Noni Madueke, again, gets hoiked at halftime. Jackson, stinker. But look, this game is all about 3 points. At this stage of the season, I don't care how we do it. I don't care if it's own goals. I don't care if we create one big chance, but we score it and we win 1-0. Just win. Just flipping win, okay? And now we're going to move into the boxes. This is all over the place from me so far. But I tell you what, sometimes you've got to live off of that emotion. You've got to fuel it. And today we've done it. But it's a red box for Nicholas Jackson. And look, Tyrique George comes on And he just adds a bit of fight and a bit of hunger, a bit of passion. Nicholas Jackson, mate, I'm telling you now, we are in a position here where we are in a dogfight. And I need you to be rabid. I need you to be raging and biting and chomping at the heels of opposition defenders. Don't just be jogging around in there. Put your body on the line. Get yourself in there. Dive in headers if you have to. There were multiple times in that first half where we actually get the ball into good areas, but Jackson didn't get on the end of it. It's bouncing off of him. It's like he's reincarnated into Lukaku all of a sudden. I need more from Jackson. But I tell you what, right? The way that Tyrique George came on and scored that goal, it's a beautiful finish, by the way. I'm not going to say that Jackson would have snatched at that chance because that's bad footballing analysis because he wasn't there to do it. He wasn't on the pitch. So George scores, and I think he wants it more. And I don't think Jackson today played well at all. And I also don't think Cole Palmer had a very good game either. Multiple times where he gets into positions where normally he'd either hit it across the goalkeeper, tuck it in the bottom corner. The confidence of this man right now is totally shot. And I'm hoping that the overall team confidence that we can surely hook onto and zip line forward now, I'm hoping that that could be enough to reinvigorate Cole Palmer. Because I thought today there were so many chunks of the game where the quality, like even his spatial awareness, normally if there's 2 or 3 men on him, you'll back him to find a way out of that situation. Or at worst, he might not take them all on, but he'll at least use the ball and move it somewhere else. You know what I mean? But I think today Palmer struggled. I really do. If you look at him here on SofaScore, 85% accurate passes, 2 out of 3 long balls accurate, 2 out of 5 ground duels, lost possession 13 times. But if you're going to keep losing possession, those are the players that are trying to make something happen. For Palmer today, I just think when he's in those positions where we've relied on him so much, he's just not delivering. And he needs to improve. He really does. Because look, we've snatched and grabbed it at the end. We got 3 points. It's massive. It's a huge win. This is a huge win. Don't underestimate it. But Palmer, we need more. Box number 3 is a yellow for Caicedo. And I'm only saying this because I thought he was actually poor today. And I never really have anything bad to say about Caicedo. So this one is really just to like segue this video because it was going to be 6 red boxes today. And I think Caicedo we kind of got overran a bit in the middle. And he was a bit sloppy, gets a yellow card. But I think fortunately now that isn't a match ban or a 2-match ban because they've been rescinded. But anyway, let's get in to the real serious greens here. Tyrique George, mate. What a boy. What a boy. I've actually said here on the channel that I don't necessarily think he's ready for the Premier League. I don't think he's physical enough yet for it. I don't think he's got the strength and the size. But that finish is something else. Leno today was good. He had quite a few saves to make, but very tame, easy efforts. And he just places it so well. He hits it with enough power. And that got Chelsea going. I was down and out. I was like, the season is done. I can't pretend I'm excited for your Gordon in the Conference League against the Swedish team in a semi-final. Do you know what I mean? And now, because of what Tyrique's done to kickstart something here, I'm like, hang on a minute. We're still in this. We actually could still be in this. And I know that all of a sudden, we're 2 points behind third. This is mental. I still can't believe we've won. I'm losing my voice, ladies and gentlemen. Box number 5. Pedro Neto, take a flipping bow. That is a stunning shot. The swivel, the first touch, I'm like, oh, he's got his back to goal. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He nearly took Leno's head off. And blimey, I'm not here advocating violence, but bloody hell, Pedro, mate. That was saucy, geezer. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The celebrations at the end as well. This is what I've been crying out for. I'm not crying out for wild celebrations because you've got to earn the right to do that, right? But we've earned the right to do that at the end of the game. And this team needed that. We needed 2 moments of brilliance today from 2 players that have got points to prove. Pedro Neto wants to be out there playing. He always tries, but it's the end product that's the problem. And when the end product is as good as it was then, with that beautiful goal, I need to go back and watch it again. I need to get this video out for you lot first because I need to see this again. Because it was special. He's smacked it. He's whacked it. Whew. Straight past Leno. And Chelsea have somehow won this game of football. I don't know how we have, but won it, we have. Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone, by the way. Box number 6, it's on. It is on, okay? We have a job to do. Champions League football, please. And look, this wasn't the best performance ever. Second half, you can see here, we dominated them. We left it late, but that's what we're here for. We love this. We live for this. Now get me back in the Champions League. This is a springboard. This isn't everything job done. Take the foot off the gas against Everton. No, this is the perfect momentum builder, the perfect energy shifter. Hook on to whatever it is they're feeling now in that dressing room. If you're watching this, if you're any of the players watching this, I highly doubt you are, but think about how it feels to celebrate like that at the end of a game in a derby where you've won it late and you didn't think you were going to. Now multiply that feeling every week. We want to see this every week. The Chelsea fans in that away end, there were, I think, even Lampard songs at some point during this game. And I tell you what, one win away at Fulham isn't going to save Maresca's 5-year contract. It's not. Because still, the performance today was shoddy. But now it's on. Use this win. Carry us forward. Do it again and again and again. And fight. And get Chelsea back where we belong in the Champions League. This is a start. That is a huge 3 points. This video has been all over the shop, but I tell you what, I love it. This is football, and this is why I make these videos, because that was great. That was flipping great. Subscribe if you are new. Smack a like if you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you all later.